It was supposed to be a fairy tale ending. The wedding bells had barely stopped ringing when the internet exploded again. Just as Kirk and Jasmine shared the first intimate snaps of their island honeymoon, sipping cocktails under the sun and flaunting matching Mr. and Mrs. Frost robes, boom, Kendra dropped the bomb. No filter. No warning. Just one line that cracked the internet in half. Congrats. Enjoy ya. Honeymoon in my old spot. One caption. 3 emojis. 1,000 daggers. Fans were shook. What was meant to be a moment of bliss turned into chaos overnight. Let's backtrack, because if you thought this love triangle was done, think again. Kendra, the once silenced ex, just blew the lid all the way off with her savage, not-so-subtle clapback. And make no mistake, this wasn't just shade. It was a full-blown eclipse. Overnight, social media went into meltdown mode. Some fans screamed, "Yas is queen, speak your truth." Others gasped, "Wait, Kendra was there first." Now, rumors are spinning out of control. Was Jasmine really just living in Kendra's shadow all along? Did Kirk recycle more than just sweet words and hotel bookings? And what secrets did Kendra keep buried? Until now? Oh, you better grab a seat, because this drama is just heating up. The world had barely begun to process the shockwaves of Kirk and Jasmine's sudden wedding announcement when Kendra shattered the carefully curated illusion with a single post that set the internet ablaze. Just as Jasmine gleefully uploaded her sun-drenched honeymoon photos from an exclusive beach resort, her caption dripping with love and new beginnings, Kendra emerged from the digital shadows with her stiletto-sharp words, "Congrats. Enjoy a honeymoon in my old spot." The timing was viciously perfect. Within minutes, blogs exploded. Screenshots circulated like wildfire. Fans, influencers, and messy cousins alike couldn't believe it was Kendra, implying that she had once shared those same moments, that same location, that same man. The silence from Kirk and Jasmine only made it worse. And like a match dropped in gasoline, Kendra's post ignited the drama no one saw coming but everyone secretly hoped for. Behind every picture-perfect honeymoon selfie, a storm was now brewing. Kendra hadn't spoken in months. People assumed she had moved on, healed, maybe even vanished for good. But that one post made it clear, she had receipts. And she was done keeping them tucked away. What was meant to be a celebration of love instantly morphed into a digital war zone. At first, Jasmine tried to play it cool, continuing to post loved-up photos of her and Kirk kissing on the beach, walking hand in hand down candlelit dinners, and showing off her custom diamond anklet that spelled Mrs. Frost. But fans were no longer looking at the romance, they were reading between the lines. Every post now had a double meaning. Every background was being matched with photos from years prior. Internet detectives began digging into Kendra's archived stories, and the revelations were wild. From the color of the resort towels to the private butler's name, everything pointed to the exact same honeymoon suite. Kendra had been there first. And not just once, it turns out she and Kirk had spent multiple anniversaries at that same resort. Now the question wasn't just if Kirk had reused the vacation, people were wondering if Jasmine even knew. Kendra's friends wasted no time backing her up. One of her closest girls, known only as Mimi from the A, posted a now viral TikTok sipping wine with the caption, "They always downgrade after the real one leaves." Another friend, Brielle, commented, "Jasmine over here in recycled robes thinking she won the prize." The comments were brutal. But Jasmine wasn't going down without a fight. Hours after Kendra's cryptic post, Jasmine finally snapped back. Though she didn't mention Kendra directly, everyone knew the subtext. She posted a video of her and Kirk dancing on a yacht, captioned, "When they wish they still had what you got." It was petty, it was bold, it was war. Kirk, meanwhile, stayed awkwardly silent. And that silence said everything, because everyone remembered the timeline. Kirk and Kendra's breakup wasn't exactly clean. There had been whispers of betrayal, a sudden disappearance, and then just months later he was flaunting Jasmine. At the time, people thought he had simply moved on. But now, with Kendra's post hinting at deeper roots, fans were questioning everything. Did Kirk overlap the two women? Was Jasmine the other woman all along, rebranded as a bride? The scandal deepened when a resurfaced video showed Kendra and Kirk vacationing at what looked like the exact same suite in 2020, down to the identical rose petal bath setup. Fans did side-by-side comparisons. Even the pillow embroidery matched. And just like that, Jasmine's honeymoon turned from a dream into a meme. But the drama didn't stop online. Word got back to Rashida S. that Rashida, the queen bee of no-nonsense truths and Atlanta's very own drama detector, And when Rashida chimed in during a live stream, it was game over. "I don't know who thought dragging old wounds back up was the move," she said, sipping her smoothie with surgical precision, "but some people really need closure, therapy, or a restraining order, not Instagram." Fans took sides immediately. Some applauded Rashida for trying to de-escalate. Others accused her of siding with Jasmine just because she and Kirk had mended fences. Either way, the family was divided. Jasmine's cousin, Trina, got into a comment war with one of Kendra's fans, ending with the now infamous reply, "Kendra had him first but Jasmine got him last and forever." To which a Kendra supporter clapped back, "Keep that energy for the divorce lawyer, babe. It only got messier from there." Screenshots leaked from an alleged group chat where Kendra revealed she still had voicemails from Kirk. Ones he left after he was supposedly exclusive with Jasmine. One voice memo in particular had the internet screaming. In it, Kirk says, "I ain't never gonna love nobody like I love you, K." The voice was unmistakably his. The date: just 3 weeks before Jasmine posted her, he asked, and I said, "Yes, engagement ring reveal." Fans were left with their jaws on the floor. Was the whole relationship built on a lie? Did Kirk really propose to Jasmine while still chasing Kendra? The chaos escalated when Love and Hip Hop insiders claimed producers were now scrambling to secure exclusive footage. Rumors swirled that Kendra had already filmed a confessional scene, detailing everything from how she discovered the truth to how Kirk allegedly begged her to stay silent. Word on the street was that Kendra had refused multiple times to appear on camera during the breakup, but now she was ready to tell it all. And fans were eating it up. "We need a reunion special, just for this triangle," one commenter wrote. Another said, "I haven't been this invested since Cardi threw that shoe." Even the cast was on edge. Sierra posted a cryptic tweet that said, "Y'all ain't ready for what's coming this season." Spice added fuel to the fire with a comment under Kendra's post. "Sometimes the old spot just hit different." Everyone had something to say except Kirk. His silence had now become deafening. People demanded he speak up, clarify, defend. But instead, he remained in blissful social media denial, continuing to post throwback reels of wedding clips and romantic dinners. As if the internet wasn't imploding around him. And maybe that was his strategy. If he ignored it, maybe it would just go away. But one thing was clear, Kendra wasn't going anywhere this time. And then came the moment that truly shook the table. Kendra went live. It wasn't planned, wasn't polished. She was barefaced, wearing a hoodie, sipping tea on her couch. But her words, sharp as ever. "I didn't say nothin' for a long time. I kept it cute. I kept it private. But now that my piece been played with, let's go. That honeymoon y'all clappin' for. I picked that place. I picked that suite. I picked the damn bath salts." The comments went insane. She continued, "I ain't bitter. I'm just tired of the narrative. Y'all clappin' for recycled love like it's luxury. Girl, I left that behind on purpose." The live went on for 17 minutes and, in that time, Kendra didn't just spill tea, she poured the whole pot. From emotional manipulation to hidden messages Kirk allegedly sent her after he was already planning the wedding, Kendra gave just enough to keep people guessing, just enough to flip the fanbase upside down. One thing was certain, this was no longer just petty drama. This was personal. And, for the first time in months, Kendra had all the attention and she knew exactly what to do with it. Kendra leaned forward during the live, her expression unbothered but her voice laced with years of suppressed frustration. "Let me tell y'all something. When I met Kirk, I didn't ask for fame, cameras, or a storyline. I wanted peace, loyalty, and something real. But what I got was a script, one that he kept rewriting without telling me I'd been cut out the cast." The live chat exploded. Heart emojis and fire symbols flooded the screen. Fans were screaming in the comments, "Yes, Kendra, expose him, and this the closure we needed, sis." But Kendra wasn't done. She scrolled through her phone and smirked, holding it up just long enough for the screen to reveal a blurred screenshot, what looked like a reservation confirmation dated a year before Jasmine's honeymoon. Same resort. Same suite. The caption, under it, "Some things don't age well, including lies." By now, Jasmine was back online too, and her energy had changed. No more dancing videos. No more fairy tale captions. Her next story was a selfie with a visibly irritated expression, no makeup, and a blunt message, "Jealousy is a disease. Stay healthy, babes." It didn't hit like before. Fans were turning. The comment sections under her recent posts. were flooded with snake emojis and questions like, "You good sis?" and "Why you in Kendra's bathwater though?" Even Jasmine's best friend Damani started trending after liking one of Kendra's posts and unfollowing Kirk. That move alone sent shockwaves through the fandom. People started asking, was Jasmine's own inner circle switching sides? But it was a late-night voice note leak that twisted the knife even deeper. A blog account known for dropping celebrity exclusives posted an audio clip allegedly featuring Jasmine in tears. Talking to an unnamed friend, "I thought I was the only one. I didn't know. He told me she was out the picture. I would've never said yes if I knew he was still with her." Fans couldn't believe it. Jasmine, the fierce unbothered queen, crying, doubting, betrayed. If the voice note was real and it sounded very real, it meant Jasmine wasn't just the villain. She might have been the victim too. That's when the narrative shifted completely. Suddenly, all eyes turned back to Kirk, the man at the center of it all. For days he remained silent, despite mounting pressure. TMZ even caught him outside a club and asked him directly about Kendra's honeymoon post. All he did was chuckle, adjust his sunglasses, and walk away. That smirk, that arrogant silence, it didn't sit well. People saw it as guilt-wrapped. In indifference, he thinks it's a joke, one fan tweeted. Meanwhile, these women out here with emotional battle scars. The backlash intensified. Old cheating rumors resurfaced. Blogs reposted footage from past seasons where Kirk got caught up in scandal after scandal, reminding everyone that this wasn't his first messy triangle and probably wouldn't be his last. And then, enter Rashid again. But this time, she wasn't sipping smoothies. She was fed up. She posted a video on her story, clearly frustrated. "Y'all want truth. Here's truth. I told Jasmine to watch her back. I told her months ago. I seen it before. I've lived it before, but folks don't want to listen till they in the fire." That confession hit like thunder. Rashida, who had been through her own whirlwind with Kirk in the past, was now indirectly confirming that warning signs had been there all along. Jasmine had been warned, and she chose to stay. But the question was why? Behind the scenes, whispers began swirling that Jasmine had known more than she let on. A source close to production claimed Jasmine had seen messages from Kendra months prior but chose to believe Kirk's explanations. He told her Kendra was just bitter, just trying to ruin their joy, the source said. He promised it was all in the past. And Jasmine, desperate to believe her new love was clean, turned a blind eye. But now, the truth was bleeding out, and no filter could stop it. Fans were divided. One half screamed, "Team Kendra all day," praising her for standing up for herself, reclaiming her narrative, and refusing to be silenced. The other half begged for mercy for Jasmine, now seen as the new woman manipulated into a recycled love story. Comment sections turned into war. People debated everything from who deserved better to whether Kirk should be banned from ever dating again. One meme summed it up best. A photo of Kirk with the caption, "Sir, do you even like peace?" Kendra, now enjoying her unexpected role as the internet's new favorite truth-teller, continued to drop subtle bombs. Her next post was a throwback picture of her on a private yacht wearing a silk robe, suspiciously similar to the one Jasmine had been flaunting just days ago. The caption, "The originals always hit different." If she wanted to keep the spotlight, she was doing a flawless job. She even gained over 300,000 new followers in 3 days, and beauty brands were already reaching out for sponsorships. Meanwhile, Jasmine's comments were being limited, and Kirk had turned his account private. But just when people thought it couldn't get any more explosive, Kendra dropped one final revelation in an exclusive interview with a popular podcast. Sitting cool and confident in a velvet chair, she looked directly into the camera and said, "He told me I was the one, and I believed him. But when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I'm not bitter, I'm better." And that's something Jasmine's still gotta learn. The interviewer, stunned, asked, "Do you think Jasmine's relationship will last?" Kendra laughed a short, sharp sound. "Only if she's okay with being second place her whole life." The episode went viral within hours. Quotes from Kendra flooded Twitter and Instagram. TikTok creators reenacted her live, her posts, even imagined skits of the moments leading up to her savage honeymoon caption. One creator titled their video Kendra's Revenge Arc and gained 2 million views overnight. Pop culture had officially crowned her the unbothered queen of clapbacks, but at the heart of it, all beneath the memes and retweets, was a real story of betrayal, heartbreak, and the messy wreckage of recycled love. And though the internet had plenty of laughs, Jasmine's next move was anything but funny. Her silence had grown into something more ominous. And the next morning, fans noticed something chilling. Every photo of her and Kirk had been wiped clean from her profile. No wedding, no honeymoon, no captions, just gone. And just like that, silence became Jasmine's loudest statement yet. Her Instagram was now a barren landscape of solo selfies and brand deals, with not a single trace of Kirk remaining. No wedding ring shots. No honeymoon bliss. No birthday shoutouts. Just curated distance and a caption on her latest photo that read, "Sometimes peace means walking away without making a sound." Fans immediately noticed. The comments section filled up fast. Wait, did she just leave him? The photos are gone. Y'all, it's happening. Sis said, return to sender. It was the digital equivalent of throwing the ring back in his face without even needing a camera crew. And suddenly, all those misses, Frost hashtags dead and buried. Meanwhile, Kirk finally broke his silence, but not in the way fans expected. He didn't apologize, didn't explain, didn't even go live. Instead, he posted a video of himself in the studio, nodding his head to a beat, sunglasses on, captioned, "Let 'em talk. Real ones know what's real." It was tone deaf. Fans lit him up in the comments. Boy, this ain't Def Jam this deflecting. You dropped the wrong tape. Sir, where's the apology album? And then came the roast of the century. One viral comment said, Kirk out here vibin' while his whole relationship just got evicted off Instagram. Brutal. The response was swift and unforgiving. Jasmine's fans began unfollowing him in droves. Even brands who had just worked with the couple started pulling away quietly. One clothing company deleted their couple goals campaign featuring Jasmine and Kirk without a word. It was clear, damage control wasn't working. The Frost image had melted. And now, without a public apology or a clear statement, Kirk was losing more than just followers, he was losing credibility. Back on Jasmine's side, sources close to her began leaking small details to blogs, carefully painting a picture of a woman blindsided, betrayed, and now determined to reclaim her power. According to one insider, Jasmine really didn't know. She found out about Kendra's post the same way we all did on Instagram. She confronted Kirk that night, screaming, crying. He tried to spin it, said Kendra was lying, bitter. But Jasmine didn't buy it. She packed a bag and left the resort early. That's why she went dark for 2 days. The image of Jasmine crying alone on a luxury honeymoon while the internet erupted in chaos. It was heartbreaking. And fans who once doubted her began to rally behind her. But the most shocking twist came when Love and Hip Hop producers confirmed the upcoming reunion special would feature a live confrontation, live between Kendra, Jasmine, and Kirk. Cameras were already rolling. The network had fast-tracked the edit, teasing it with a promo that gave fans whiplash. In the preview, Jasmine can be seen storming off stage, Kirk standing with his head in his hands, and Kendra calmly sipping champagne while whispering, "I warned her." The promo's tagline: 3 sides, 1 ring. All the receipts. The countdown began. As anticipation built, Kendra kept applying pressure. She uploaded a short clip titled, "The Story You Didn't See" to her YouTube channel. In it, she shared emotional diary-style entries, revealing how she had battled anxiety and depression during the months following the breakup. Her voice cracked as she spoke. "I wasn't perfect. I loved hard, but I never deserved to be a secret, a placeholder. I gave Kirk years, and all I got in return was silence, gaslighting, and betrayal dressed up as romance." The video trended #1 within 24 hours. Fans praised her vulnerability and strength. "This ain't just drama, it's emotional survival," one viewer commented. The tide had officially turned. Jasmine, once seen as the glammed-up new girl, had now earned sympathy as the woman who unknowingly stepped into someone else's trauma, and Kendra, long dismissed as the bitter ex, had become the voice of clarity, empowerment, and unfiltered truth. But Kirk, his stock was plummeting faster than a crypto crash. As more cast members began to unfollow him publicly, the whispers turned into headlines. Was his entire marriage a publicity stunt? Did he ever plan on being faithful? And who else was part of this twisted triangle? Even Kirk's longtime friend and fellow castmate, Scrappy, broke his silence. During an IG Live Q&A, someone asked if he thought Kirk and Jasmine's marriage was real. Scrappy paused, then said, "Man, all I'ma say is, sometimes folks marry the image, not the person. That's all I got." It was subtle, but clear. Nobody wanted to co-sign Kirk's mess anymore. Then, in a move no one expected, Jasmine released a lengthy written statement to a popular blog. I entered this relationship with a full heart and blind faith. I was led to believe that the past was behind us. What I've learned is that love without truth is just manipulation dressed in a tuxedo. I'm choosing peace, I'm choosing clarity, and I'm choosing myself. It ended with a thank you to her supporters and a note that she was reevaluating everything. The internet immediately took that to mean divorce. And within hours, hashtags like #FreeJasmine and #KendraWasRight began trending. With the reunion just days away, fans were speculating what bombshells were still left to drop. Was there another woman? Had Kirk really tried to reconcile with Kendra even after marrying Jasmine? And most importantly, was Jasmine going to walk out for good, live on national television? Even more chaotic. A leaked text thread surfaced where Kendra was seen talking to her lawyer. One message read, "Let him try to spin it on camera. I got everything backed up. Ain't no NDAs strong enough to cover this truth." That leak sent fans into a frenzy. Was Kendra about to sue? Was she building a case behind the scenes while smiling for the cameras? All of this, every tear, every screenshot, every savage caption had transformed a messy love triangle into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. The public wasn't just watching. They were invested. Fans created merch with phrases like "I'm staying in my own spot" and "Mrs. Frost." For now, even talk shows picked up the story. The Wendy Show did an entire segment titled, "Kirk, Kirk, Kirk, why are you like this?" with the audience booing at his photo. But for Kendra and Jasmine, this wasn't just reality TV, it was their reality. Two women, hurt by the same man in different ways, now bonded by betrayal. The internet wanted a winner, but both women were just trying to survive the emotional wreckage left behind. And as the reunion date crept closer, the only thing fans knew for sure was that nothing would ever be the same again. The reunion stage was set like a battlefield, dimmed lights, velvet chairs spaced just far enough apart to signal tension, and 3 glasses of untouched water sweating under the studio lights. The audience was buzzing, the live chat already racing with comments like "Team Kendra forever," and "Is Jasmine gonna throw hands or throw shade?" When the music faded and the host stepped into frame, the energy shifted. This wasn't just an episode, it was a reckoning. First, to be introduced, Kendra, dressed in a fitted white power suit, hair sleek, expression calm but unreadable. The crowd erupted. She waved politely, her smile tight, her eyes deadly focused. Then came Jasmine, in all black, long sleeves, no jewelry, her face stone cold. No more Mrs. Frost branding, no glam squad sparkle, just a woman, clearly done pretending. And finally, Kirk. He walked in with a nervous smile and a fake laugh that landed like a brick. The claps were minimal. Boos echoed. He tried to brush it off, but the discomfort on his face said it all. The host wasted no time. "So, Kirk, who booked the honeymoon suite?" That was the first question, and the beginning of the end. Kirk fumbled. The resort was special to me. Yeah. But it wasn't about the past, it was about creating new memories." Kendra interrupted, without looking at him. "New memories in my old bathrobe." Gasps rippled through the audience. Jasmine smirked, her arms crossed. Kirk turned to her. "I told you, that wasn't intentional." "I didn't think she'd take it this far." Jasmine cut him off. "You didn't think I'd find out." "There's a difference." Her voice was calm, but the fury beneath it simmered. "You let me post pictures in the same damn spot you took her to. Were you laughing the whole time?" Kirk rubbed his face. "This ain't how it's supposed to go." The host jumped in. "Well, it is how it's going. And America's watching." "Kirk, did you ever tell Jasmine the truth about Kendra?" Before the wedding, there was a pause. The longest 3 seconds in reality TV history. Then, "I told her enough." Another gasp. Jasmine laughed bitterly. "Enough. You told me she was bitter. You told me she was obsessed. You told me she was lying." She looked at Kendra. "And I believed him. That's on me." Kendra finally turned to Jasmine. And in a move no one expected, she said, softly, "I don't hate you. You didn't do this." "He did." The audience went silent. Jasmine blinked, lips tightening. "I don't hate you either. But I wish I listened when I had the chance." That moment, to women, bruised by the same betrayal, acknowledging each other, broke the internet. Fans were crying in the comments. Tweets flooded in saying, "Kendra and Jasmine just gave us the most mature, powerful reality TV moment of the year." But the show wasn't done. Not even close. The host pulled out a folder. We have text messages submitted by a source close to Kendra, allegedly sent by Kirk in the days leading up to his wedding. Jasmine, you haven't seen these. Kirk's eyes widened. Wait, we not doing that, but it was too late. The screen behind them lit up with messages. Kirk, it's not too late, I still love you, K. Kirk, say the word and I'll cancel everything. I'm marrying for image, not heart. Jasmine gasped. Her hand flew to her mouth. Kirk stammered. Those were out of context, but Jasmine was already up from her chair. Out of context, you proposed to me while texting her that you'd cancel the wedding. The audience was in chaos. The host raised his hand. Let her speak. Jasmine, voice trembling, but clear, said, you lied to me. You made me feel crazy for questioning things. You made me fight her, hate her, defend you. You took away my voice and now, I'm taking it back. Kendra nodded. Same here. Kirk tried to stand, tried to speak, but the booze drowned him out. He sat back down, defeated. The host turned to the ladies. So, what happens now? Jasmine didn't hesitate. I'm done. Legally, emotionally, spiritually done. The crowd roared. Kendra added, and I'm finally free. I'm not angry anymore. I just hope the next woman learns sooner than we did. But the final twist came in the last 5 minutes of the show. The host, looking at his cue card, said, before we wrap, there's one last message. Kendra, a delivery came to the studio this morning addressed to you. A production assistant walked in, carrying a bouquet of deep red roses and a sealed envelope. Kendra looked suspicious. I didn't order flowers. The host handed her the envelope. Inside was a handwritten note. She read it out loud. I'm sorry for everything. I never deserved you. I hope one day you'll forgive me. The camera zoomed in on her face. She didn't flinch. She stood up, walked to the edge of the stage, and dropped the note in the nearest trash can. Jasmine clapped. The audience stood. Kirk said nothing. For once, he had no spin left, no defense, no lies that could save him. 2 women walked off stage not as enemies, but survivors. And the man who thought he could play both sides. Left alone under the hot lights, drowning in the silence of his own undoing. What began as a savage Instagram comment had spiraled into the most unforgettable, messy, empowering saga reality TV had ever seen. Fans would talk about it for months. Quotes would become memes, moments would be etched into pop culture history. But for Kendra and Jasmine, the story was no longer about him, it was about healing, about finding their voice, and about refusing to stay silent ever again. And just like that, the cameras faded to black. But the impact didn't. Viewers across the globe sat stunned, their screens still replaying the final image of Kendra tossing that apology note into the trash while Jasmine followed close behind, heads held high. Backs turned to the man who thought he could control the narrative. It wasn't just a reunion episode. It was a reckoning, a rebirth, a reminder that no matter how tight the grip of manipulation, truth always finds a way to shine through. Fans were left breathless, emotional, and deeply invested not just in the drama, but in the raw, human strength of 2 women who refused to stay broken. This story may have started with a ring and a honeymoon, but it ended with 2 women walking away with something far more powerful, their dignity. Kirk's silence in that final moment wasn't just awkward, it was symbolic. For once, the women weren't being silenced. They were speaking their truths, together, louder than ever. Kendra's viral caption, "Enjoy ya honeymoon in my old spot," wasn't just shade. It was survival in stilettos. Jasmine's silent deletion of every memory wasn't just heartbreak, it was a declaration of freedom. And as the credits rolled, the world was watching not just with shock but with respect. Now, it's your turn. What do you think? Was Jasmine truly unaware of Kirk's lingering ties to Kendra? Should Kendra have stayed silent, or did she have every right to speak her truth? And what about Kirk? Did he ever actually love either of them? Or was it always about ego and image? We want to hear it all. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, don't hold back. Team Jasmine, Team Kendra, or Team they both deserve better. And if you've been hooked by this emotional roller coaster, trust us, there's way more where that came from. Smash that like button if you were living for the drama. Hit subscribe if you never want to miss the next explosive reveal. And tap that notification bell so you're the first to know when the tea is brewing. Because in the world of reality love, betrayal, and bold clapbacks, nothing is ever truly over. Not the secrets, not the screenshots, and definitely not the drama. We'll see you next time.